Hi, everyone. This is Mr. Martin, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about Lesson 2 for this week's activities that are required. Lesson 2 is very, very important, and I am going to highly encourage that everyone comes into our weekly check-in this week so that we can talk more about this in detail. You'll notice that I'm in my week of May 18th to 22nd folder right now, and in Lesson 2, I have this little blurb that says that all students should complete this lesson as part of the requirements for the grade 8 MIWI and student service learning hours. Now, MIWI is a term that we may not know. I'm going to tell you right now, these are a set of standards made by the state of Maryland, and this stands for Meaningful Watershed Educational Experiences. So these are standards for outdoor science and ecology. And then we have this other thing here called student service learning hours. Now, you've probably done this in other classes throughout your middle school years. So, as you know, there are units that are based off of student service learning hours. And as you know, student service learning hours are required as part of, you need to have so many hours put in order to graduate and receive your high school diploma. This is one of those, units that we need to create an action project to help improve our environment, and those would go towards our student service learning hours. There are a couple resources here that you need to look at. So you'll see that you have all of these normal activities. I'm going to say that the Learn About It is a little different this week. So going up to this yellow folder, I have some resources that are going to help you, and I'd like to talk about these real quickly. I am going to highly encourage that everyone goes through this very carefully. The Learn About It, I complete my own Learn About It in this link. I made a YouTube video, so I wanted you guys to just know that I'm walking through this with my own backyard, and I'm doing this, and you guys can grade your own backyard based on what you see. But I'm really going to focus some time on this document. This is our culminating event. So while many other classes are not giving their culminating event, we are. Why? Because this is part of our student service learning hours project. This will be taking over the course of 3 weeks. I'm going to tell you that there are some things this week that you may not necessarily know, and that you'll learn more about it in the coming weeks, and that's fine. So if you ever need to change anything, that's okay. I do not need you guys to complete this project this week. I just want to emphasize this. This is an overview, and I just wanted you guys to be aware of what the end game is going to be. So at the very top, you'll have to read through this. It's basically giving us a blurb about how humans affect our ecosystems. We damage our natural resources. And as our human population grow, resources become more scarce, and we're ruining our environment. So I'm not going to read this all in detail, but I'm going to say that in this task, you will need to develop an action plan that will protect and sustain one specific local natural resource for future generations. So you are coming up with a plan to help conserve our environment in some way, shape, or form. Natural resources may include a specific resource that is harvested or used by people, or an ecosystem that sustains it. So down below, we have a list of ideas. So your action plan should include evidence and scientific reasoning that address the following components. You need to have a specific local natural resource that you want to protect and sustain, an explanation of why this resource is beneficial to humans and the ecosystem. You need data that backs that up. A data display showing how the resource availability may change over time, a description of how your proposed mitigation strategy, an explanation that shows how your proposed action addresses one or more human impacts on the resource and the ecosystem that supports it, a data-driven evaluation plan that includes a monitoring strategy that can be used to determine if the proposed action is meeting the sustainability goal. Now, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here. You don't need to understand it all right now, but it's good to just have this in your head as you're moving through the next coming weeks.